What's up, guys? Welcome back to Collecting and Hobbies. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I just reviewed this guy on my other phone. I'm using this one because it's more high definition this time. And this will be kind of like a mini review and custom review. We're going to do something completely different with this. And let's just go over it real quick. This is Nick Fury from the Disney Plus Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure Wave, or also known as Secret Invasion Wave, or Disney Plus Wave 5, whatever you want to call it. I like this picture right here on the packaging. If you look right here, it's kind of like what they're trying to do with the figure, which the figure kind of looks a little weird like that. His eye really sticks out. It just kind of looks like he's falling asleep or board or something. Anyway, here's the Hydra Stomper. You need 6 figures to build this: Gamora, Talos, Nick Fury, Harkness, Goliath, and Yelena Belova. According to this, it comes with a figure and 8 accessories, which it does. 6 of those accessories are right here: 2 guns, 2 blast effects, 2 smoke effects. The hat is also removable, so it's considered an accessory, and so is the Build-A-Figure piece, which is the left leg of the Hydra Stomper. And we'll go over that real quick because it's really quick. He can barely go up. He can't really go back at all. He has ankle rocker pivot, and he can bend his knee a little bit. Well, he can bend his knee pretty good, but if you want to use the articulation here, knee swivel, side to side, you got to bend it a little bit. So that's all there is to it on that. I do not have the whole wave yet, so we're not going over him until we get the whole wave, if I decide to collect the whole wave, which I'm not sure. Fury and Goliath are really the only ones. Those were the 2 primary ones I would want. Talos, as that's a really good sculpt. Yeah, those really are the only ones. Anyways, so let's go over this and get this review and customization started. So here are 2 of his accessories. He's got a long blast effect, smoke effect. He's got a short blast effect and a long smoke effect. And these aren't exactly crystal clear. They do have a little bit of shading in them, so to make it look more like smoke, have a little bit of gray in it, or purple or something, I don't know. But okay, so what you see here right now is basically all the articulation you're going to get out of this guy for the most part. Now, I do believe he is, okay, so he has, the hinge joints are not horizontal, they're vertical on both sides, so they can go up and down with the gun shooting hands. He has double trigger fingers. You can also swivel his wrists side to side. He is already in his position. That's as high as they go. When I first took this figure out of the package, first thing I noticed was how wide his arms were, and look how warped that is, because we're back to the pins, not the pinless, and I thought we were over this. That was my first thought. I was like, aren't we done with this crap? These are rubbery, they're gummy. I could barely get this one to move for 10 minutes. I thought it was going to rip off. It's just, this is a $20+ figure, and it shouldn't be like that. Plus, they already have pinless now, so why aren't they using it? You make the mold, use it. It just doesn't make any sense. So as far as his head goes, he's got some pretty good range here. He can side to side a little bit. He can look down quite a bit because he's got that old style hinge, swivel, ball socket type joint. He does have, let's turn on the light here, and we can see a little bit more. He does have what looks appears to be like the G.I. Joes, where it's there's another piece of his neck going into the torso. And so that would make you think that at least part of this figure is new. I do believe that the coat is new. Other than that, I don't think anything on here is new. He has pinned legs, double jointed. They would have a lot of articulation if you could actually move them, but you can't because this thing is, it's not real, well, right there, you know, it's at least a couple millimeters thick. It's not real pliable. I mean, you can move it around, but it's not thin. It's not going to get out of the way if you try to move his legs. So he does have the Night Thrasher sockets right here where they go side to side, like the universal joints. Then he can go up and down with his foot, mostly down. And he's got the ankle rockers for forward-facing pin into the front of his foot for ankle rockers. His sleeves are down to the point that it is, well, there we go, prove me wrong. So you can get those utilized evidently pretty well. I don't know if it's like that on this side because I was trying this one first. As you know, some figures are super stiff when you first pull them out of the package. Yeah, but I've already showed in my other review that you can put all these effects in the gun. This gun is technically the exact same as the other gun. It just doesn't have the suppressor or the silencer on it. You're a secret agent, you need a silencer. So these are basically the same guns as Black Widow. They might be a slightly different color, shade of color. And now I guess we're going to do, well, he does, let's see, it's like a, not really sure, is that pocket? Yeah, those are pockets. Now on the package, these are the kind of buttons that, yeah, you can actually see it. See, that one's not buttoned. So it's the kind where you have like the hole in the cloth and then you slide the button through. And they are black, so they shouldn't be painted. Although if you do paint them, you get a little bit more pop to the figure. But, all right, well, let's see. So this one is undone. These are buttoned up. And they're double. Oh, boy. Well, I didn't think about that before, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Because what I was intending to do was just slit this down the middle so he would be able to move freely everywhere. And you could just pretend, I mean, if you want to close it, I don't know. So I'm going to do it. They did have two of them where I bought it, so if I don't like it, you know, I don't know. I was going to use a razor blade, like from just a regular razor, but I don't actually have one of. I have to go looking for one. I was going to use my pocket knife because this is kind of thick. I think either one would do it. So let's try it. Not even sure I can do this on camera. I don't want to do it like this is going to be a little funny. I don't want to see, that's what I'm doing. I'm already missing the seam, so I might have to do this off camera so I don't screw it up. Yeah, so yeah, there's just no way I can do this standing up in this position and guarantee that I'm going to get it right, I think. Plus I don't want to cut my hand off while I'm doing it, so kind of sawing into it. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Man, there we go. Sitting here, risking life and limb, trying to show you this crap. There we go. Ah, yes. I see an articulation joint. Do you guys see it? Because it started to move. We're giving Sam Jackson surgery here. You gotta make sure it's nice and perfect. Might have to trim it down a little if I get it a little bit off. Make it nice and straight. Ooh, shit. That felt weird. And ta-da! What is under the jacket? A fully articulated ab crunch body. Wow. Why would they cover? Oh, crap. You guys can't see that either. Why would they cover all that up? Quite frankly, it looks a little weird. Oh, no. Looks like I put some marks on him. Looks like I marked him up pretty good, too. I might be able to smooth that over with some kind of Brillo pad, sandpaper. I don't know. Yeah, I really should have used a razor blade. But wow, look at that. So now he's got articulation. There's nothing hindering any of his movement. He should even be able to look up further back because this should get out of the way. That really doesn't matter. It really doesn't do anything. You think it would. Let's see. You gotta hold them in a way where you're not actually holding the coat. Which I don't know how to do. Yeah, it's kind of tight. All right, well, is that whole line? Yeah, man, I really dug into this dude. Really bad down there. Well, you live and you learn. Looks like he has no waist articulation, though. Wait, he's got to, right? There we go. That's a big snap. So now he can do all those matrix moves. Spin around like a top. Blow everything up. And he can move his legs all the way up. See what he can do with his. Let's see. If you turn him this way, he will. Oh, yeah, he can kick his own butt and everything. He's got swivel joints. He's got all the articulation. You're just never going to know it unless you chop him up. But he's got some really good ab crunch. Kind of looks like a wrestling figure with that ab crunch. Wonder how far he would go back if he didn't have this coat on. Probably a lot. Yeah, but anyway, there we go. I could probably, I don't know, I'm just going to try to have to fix this. So did I ruin him? That's the question. See, it wasn't when it's together. I think it was like where it's kind of like split right here anyway, so it's not quite 100% even. But wow, he looks like a cheap figure though without the coat. Maybe that's why they're hiding it. I don't know. I haven't. I don't think I'm not sure I've even had this kind of a figure, this kind of body before. It is smooth. I don't have a lot of suited body figures, civilian figures. Well, at least he could stand up. All right, guys. Well, my mistake is your lesson, I guess. You know, you can learn through my mistakes, and definitely use a thinner razor blade and be super duper careful. Don't do what I did where I kind of sawed into it. But at least he's got full range of motion. And he really doesn't have that much motion either. I mean, he can, well, let's see. Can we get him into poses? That's the real question. Now that we did that. I mean, yes, you can kick up, but he's still got this rubber. I mean, can he really sit down? I guess if you really force it to, you could like force him into a vehicle or something. At least we now know what he has under there. If you didn't know already, he didn't have a suited body. Hey, we can just say that these are his scars, like on his face, right? Well, as a figure without the coat open, like I was saying, he's probably about 8 out of 10 as far as looks. But these pins, you really need to stop doing this, Hasbro. This should be the last time. There shouldn't be any other times because you don't need to use these molds anymore. Just move on to something else because you already made the something else. So get rid of them. Just stop using them. It's annoying. And let's see. Yeah, so he has no swivel up top, just at the waist and an ab crunch. So that's what he's got. And then his legs are just like everybody else's, like eggheads or whatever. All right, guys, so that's the way you do it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Are you going to do this? Are you going to do it more careful than I did? You think it's worth doing? Should I put... No, I'm not even going to bother with that. I mean, I was like, put slits on the side, like through the seam, so he could pose out better. Let's see, can we get any kind of pose out of him? Anyways, how far does his legs go out? They don't go out all the way, but they do go out about halfway. So it's still going to hinder his leg articulation, so at least you get a little bit of something. You can do something like that with him, kind of like the way I got rock and roll posed. You can do something like that now that he can put his legs out. So it does open up possibilities, but yeah. All right, guys, see you on the next one. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think, what you're going to do with yours, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody who watches, and that's it.